So Robert, I left a dead bear carcass in Central Park F. Kennedy, has decided to drop out of the race and endorse Donald Trump. And this is my response. This is my facial response. I'm so shocked, guys, that RFK is endorsing Donald Trump. I don't even know what to say. This is from the BBC. Independent White House candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has joined the Republican nominee Donald Trump on stage at a rally in Arizona after dropping out of the race and endorsing the former U.S. president. Mr. Kennedy, 70, a Democrat for most of his life and the scion of the Kennedy dynasty, said the principles that had led him to leave the party have now compelled him to throw my support to President Trump. He said in a press conference in Phoenix, Arizona on Friday that he would seek to remove his name from the ballot in 10 battleground states. Trump praised Mr. Kennedy as phenomenal and brilliant at a rally later in Glendale. Democratic rival Kamala Harris said she would try to earn the support of Kennedy voters. With November's election looming, Mr. Kennedy's polling has slumped from a high of double digits as funds and national coverage dries up. Mr. Kennedy's decision to back a Republican for the White House has outraged his relatives, who previously condemned his invocation of the family name in a Super Bowl ad back in February. Carrie Kennedy, his sister, said his support for Trump was a betrayal of the values that our father and our family hold most dear. It is a sad end to a sad story. This decision is agonizing for me because of the difficulties it causes my wife and my children and my friends, Mr. Kennedy said on Friday, but I have the certainty that this is what I'm meant to do, and that certainty gives me internal peace even in storms. Well, I agree with Carrie Kennedy on one thing. It is a sad ending to a sad story. That is the Kennedy dynasty. I support his relatives for speaking out against him. But the whole Kennedy family is rotten to the core. His uncle is probably one of the worst presidents in U.S. history. He did almost lead us to nuclear disaster, for example. We idolize him because he was assassinated, and then people's memories are short. That's the best and worst thing about them. And so now, Kennedy became a martyr. And his nephew, the whole Kennedy family is an embarrassment to this country, but, his nephew became an embarrassment to his family. So, I don't think this is going to do a damn thing for Donald. It's not going to help Donald Trump really at all. Yeah, it'll increase his votes here and there than if Kennedy had stayed in the race, but it's not going to get him to the White House. It's not. And it's a shame for any people who supported Kennedy up to this point, because this is what your support led to. This is what your money led to. This is what your bumper stickers and T-shirts and whatever the heck led to. Trump. So, for those of people who were like, yeah, I don't like Democrats, I don't like Trump, let's go with Kennedy. He's an alternative. Yeah, that's a good idea. Your alternative is Trump. Your alternative led to Trump. This was the culmination of Kennedy's campaign. He was never a progressive. Never claimed to be a progressive. But he was one of those, the left is no longer liberal types. And now, like always, the Kennedy family is helping the forces of reaction undermine basic human decency. But good riddance. I can't stand RFK. Glad he's out of the race. Could never vote for a Kennedy in good conscience. And yeah, I mean, whatever good he's done, he's undermining it day by day, RFK. It's a sad end to his, more or less, his political career. It's a sad end to just his, deeply, deeply corrupt dynasty. And yeah, it's not going to do a damn thing for Donald Trump. I think Trump probably hopes it will. Kennedy probably hopes it will. Maybe Kennedy wants, is vying for some position in the, next Trump administration. But, it's not going to happen, guys. The jig is up. You're embarrassing yourselves. Let's just stop and go home. That's my